Hello, 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 everybody. This is Tonikia Steans, and I am your host for Mind Your Business. And I am a mindful coach and life enthusiast, and I am a transformational life strategist. Tonight, my guest is Miss Gina Edwards, and Gina considers herself a workplace boots on the ground chaplain as part of the UAW Caring in the Workplace program at the AM General Humvee plant, where she has been employed since 2002. However, another facet of her ministry is the creation and management of the Back to Muncie Memories Facebook page that she created in March of 2017. Having been raised in Muncie, she began this page following the format that Neil King had used. She and Mr. King started out posting old school pictures of Muncie residents. This was met with pushback because there were people who thought they were being made fun of, and the pictures were deleted. However, Miss Edwards noticed two things. Not all people wanted to look at old pictures of deceased people, and there were a lot of people that were no longer with us. These revelations were the motivation for Miss Edwards to create a private Facebook group that people could join to just share in the memories. Since its inception, Miss Edwards is the person that many go to locate photos of loved ones. Using information, she has assisted in helping people locate biological family members, reconnect classmates and friends, celebrate accomplishments, and share some history in the process. Ms. Edwards considers herself a historian who loves Muncie history, but many Muncie residents, both near and far, consider her an angel that continues to acknowledge our past and celebrate our future. I'm excited to have her on tonight because she has been a blessing to many. And having the Back to Muncie page has been a blessing to a lot, especially during COVID. Because since we can't get out and be amongst family and friends a lot of times, just having the memories of seeing loved ones far and near. And also, she celebrates you on your birthday. She celebrates you on your anniversaries. And she just gives you a shout out. And sometimes you can be going through some things. You might be faced with different things, mental anguish, anxiety. And you look up, scrolling through, and you see your face, her just thinking about you. And that just makes your day. Or you scroll through and see one of your loved ones. I'll never forget the day that I seen a picture of my dad on it. And it just brought so many feelings and memories. And I don't even know why I'm getting choked up right now thinking about it. But that's what it does to you. And I remember reaching out to Miss Edwards and I asked her if she would be a guest on Mind Your Business. And she was like, why, who am I? Why would I be on there? And I was like, you are Muncie famous. You have put together something that has brought people together, that has given us a hope of just remembering our experience of being a Munsonian and just remembering the good times, because often we sit back and we think of all the hurtful and pain that we've been through in this city. But you give us the laughter and you give us the memories and you give us the celebration. And that's something to be proud about. And over the last year, Miss Edwards have had some experiences herself that she's had to deal with. But through it all, she has remained hopeful, she has remained spiritual, and she has continued to bless us on Back to Muncie. So, what better time than now to bring her on and allow her to be celebrated in the way she celebrates others? So, without any further ado, I would like to bring Miss Gina Edwards on and say thank you for uplifting us here in Muncie, for not forgetting us, and for just bringing those memories back to Muncie, not just every couple of years, but every day that we look on our timelines on Facebook. It helps us know where we're from, where we're grounded, and where we're rooted. And we say thank you. So, Miss Gina, please allow us to know who you are, what you do, and why you continue to do it.
Go.
Go ahead, whenever
All
you're
right.
ready.
Okay. Thank you, Tanina, for letting me be on the show. I'm really grateful. I consider it an honor because I really don't think that I do a whole lot. I just enjoy what I do. I appreciate what I do. Um, God has just blessed me to just want to give back, to share memories and stuff of Muncie, because I don't know, in some kind of way it seems like I know everybody in Muncie, from when I was a child, when I was a paper girl. I started dealing with people, and I get upset because everybody don't know everybody. And I'm like, how you cannot know them, and so I'm just grateful that I can take the time. I take a lot of time, to find pictures. Well, what's amazing though is yesterday I was talking to somebody on the phone, and I was looking for somebody's picture that they asked me to try to find their mother that they hadn't seen. And I was looking at these pictures, and I seen a picture of what's her name? Your grandmother, Larry's mother.
My grandma Spanky.
Yeah, she just popped up out of the sky, out of clear blue sky. And I was telling somebody, and they said, you just posted her grandmother. I said, that was her grandmother. And it's incidents like that, coincidences just happen all the time. I'll be looking for something, and it just pop up, and it has to be of God, because some of the things that I post, I don't even know why I find them. It's just I just feel like it's God sent.
Yeah. Well, that's a blessing. I'm gonna have to go look, because I haven't had an opportunity. I've been busy with these projects I've been working on, so I haven't had a chance to really be on a lot. So I definitely would love to see that, because I haven't seen a lot of pictures of her lately. And so that would definitely be a blessing. But, as I read your bio and just seeing what you and Neil first started, it's everything is always met with some opposition and some backlash. People don't seem to understand the goodness. And sometimes when we start out meaning something for good, people will turn it around for bad. But I'm just so thankful that you didn't let that stop you, because it was so meaningful. And when you made that private page, you see it took off, and it was more meaningful by making it private than leaving it public. So thank you for doing that.
Everybody don't know nobody from Muncie, and nobody can appreciate. You can only appreciate if you're from Muncie. But the thing about it that I like is everybody from Muncie, all over the country, they're a part of the page, and they've reconnected with people. They've met people. They've connected with people. They found out where people were, and it's really taken off. I've helped people find their biological parents. I've helped people find their children. I've seen people that have never seen a parent before that's deceased. You know what I'm saying? They get to see them and stuff. It's just, and it's for all generations. That's the thing. I got one lady on there. She's like 85. And I got a 15-year on there, and there's something on there for everybody that can appreciate. And it's like the people that play sports and they're all out of shape now. They can tell their kids, look, right here, here's a picture. This is me when I played ball. You didn't think I did it, but here's the proof. That brings me joy to know that I can help somebody tell the truth. And
Yeah. Well, you had a picture of my grandfather on there when he played basketball, Larry Wilkerson, and he played basketball for Central. And it was so cute when I saw that picture on there, and I sent it to him in California. And I was like, look, Grandpa. And his wife, she was like, oh my goodness, that is just amazing. And I was like, it is. And I said, just being able to see your roots and where you come from, and just to pass that down. I mean, because, my kids, they think that I've been grown all my life, and I'm like, I'm still young. It's, but they're teenagers, and they looking at me, and it's so funny because my mom said the same thing, because we were laughing, and she goes, I remember you asked me when you were a kid, was I around when electricity was created? And I go, because that's how kids are. We don't understand how things work. And those pictures and those memories let us know that, things haven't always been this way. People change and evolve. But if you don't have those memories and you don't have those things to look back at, then you don't really know where you come from and what your history is. So you doing that. And I mean, and what people don't understand is it takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy. You don't get paid to do that. And you do have the kindness and the goodness of your heart. So for anyone to give you any backlash or any repercussions, because pictures don't lie. It is what it is. That's who you were then. And if you can't look back and laugh at anything and be like, wow, look what I grew from. Or if you look back and say, wow, I haven't grown, then maybe it's some work you need to do.
Exactly.
So
that's what I was thinking. I mean, if you can see yourself, because when I was deleting those pictures, it was so many rest in pieces by them pictures. I'm like, no, ain't no way that I can, I'm just grateful that I'm here to see these pictures, because I know I should have been gone. God blessed me and spared my life. And got me out of Muncie. And I just want people to know that when you look at those pictures, a lot of those pictures that in the articles you read, it can explain a lot about why people are the way they are. You know what I'm saying? It can help you understand, maybe that's why they did that. Maybe that's why they turned out the way they did. And it can bring some clarity about things, about how people act the way they do and the things they do. Because it has enlightened me a whole lot. Mr. Hurley Goodall, he wrote an article about how his brother was killed in a fire, and the fireman tried to save him and stuff, and I'm like, okay, is that why he became a fireman? Now it makes sense. Maybe that's what inspired him to want to save people's lives, just by reading the different articles and stuff on the page.
Mm-hmm. And see, and just that bit of information right there, people don't know what someone has been through and why they've done the things that they've done. I mean, because I think about Roy C. Bewley, mm-hmm. and the Bewley Center and why he created that, because I think I heard a story one time about how he went swimming at the quarry and they weren't supposed to swim there and you could get in trouble, and he was tricked into getting into this water or something that happened. And I don't know the full extent of that story, but that positioned him to look at things different and to want to do something different for the people in his community. And so if we don't know about why our people have done the things that they've done to make a difference and to change, then we're going to continue to repeat, or we're going to continue to sit back and allow the same things to happen to us. And we got to quit allowing those things to happen. So
yes, he took a stand because a little dude named Charlie Duncan, he drowned in that pool. They said he went too far, in stuff, and they didn't have any lifeguards. The lifeguard was on break or something like that. Mm-hmm. So that inspired them to go over to Tui Pool and take a stand and demand that we get this come in there and swim and everything. And Mr. O'Neill, Bill O'Neill, he was a part of that, and people just went to the Royal Beauty Center, never knew that there was somebody there that fought for them so they could swim in the pool, in segregated pool. They just think it's the Beauty Center, but no, Roy Beauty, he played a major part in fighting for our rights to be able to swim safely. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And so, and again, those are things that we don't know. We just gloss over it and just think that, it's just a building with a name on it, but we don't know what goes behind that. Right. And so one day, Gina, people are going to know about this person that put memories behind Muncie and what it means to come back to Muncie, because I worked at this company that was family owned, and they would, the father of the company would go to Florida every year, and they had a back to Muncie in Florida for this group of, what they call them, snowbirds. And they would go down to Florida to celebrate this back to Muncie. And it was a Muncie Day that these people would go to Florida and they would celebrate Muncie. It wasn't us. Mm-hmm. It wasn't our people, but this is what they did. And they had this big celebration down in Florida. And, and it's so funny because we don't really take pride in a lot of what we do in our heritage and where we come from. I couldn't imagine us going to somewhere else to celebrate us, because we don't even celebrate us where we are. And so just the fact of you starting something right where we are, and you're not even here, but that's your part of giving back, because you don't have to be here to pour in. It shows that even though you're not here, you're still pouring in and giving back and remembering where you came from. The other night I had the Taylor family on, and they are producing the T&E seasonings now. And I just thought that was so awesome, because they are promoting so much business here and they want to create jobs, and they're giving scholarships to the children in our community. And that's giving back. And so when I was younger, I will never forget that I asked a gentleman that was an advocate for children. And so I asked him, what can we do to make a difference? And he looked at me and he said, I don't think that there's anything that we can do. And at that point, I was still young and naive, and I just knew I could change the world and I could make a difference. And when he told me that, I was like, well, if you don't have no hope and you're supposed to be one of the biggest advocators, what are we supposed to do if that's how you feel? Well, you know what? 30 years later, I still believe that we can make a difference. But we have to believe that. And if it just takes one of us, if it takes a Gina Edwards, or if it takes a Tonikia Steans, or if it takes the Taylor family to continue to believe that we can make a difference, then that's what we have to do. It doesn't matter who's with us or who's against us. We just got to continue to pour in and give back. So I commend you and I applaud you. Thanks for bringing your baby on the show. See?
Well, he was
Being
gonna act
good.
up.
Oh, look, he just wanted some showtime. That's it.
Gotta keep him quiet. Yeah.
Everybody got a voice. All voices matter.
Yeah,
I'm surprised one of my kids ain't came and sat on my lap and tried to get in the camera. That's what they do. It's like, what are you doing? So yeah, so now we talked about your back to Muncie, but there's so many more layers to you than that because you have a ministry. Would you like to talk a little bit about your ministry and what you do as far as that?
I
know you're modest and it's a lot, but just share just a little bit of, because I want people to know how you really help people. I mean, this lady helps people in so many ways. She has such a caring and kind heart.
I help people try to reconnect with their families and stuff. I do a lot of research. I try to help people. I left Muncie because I was on drugs and stuff. Okay, so I left there, and I got sober, and they told me when I was getting sober that I had to take a look at my past and see what was bothering me and everything. They encouraged me to try to find my biological people, you know. So I reached out and I was blessed to find my mother and my father. And then I had gave a daughter away before I left Muncie because I was not capable of raising her, you know. So when I left and I went to treatment, I went to Marion to the VA, and then they offered me a chance to go to South Bend. And I came to South Bend to the halfway house, and I was here about 3 years. And the Lord blessed me and my daughter. The people that adopted my daughter, she was right here in South Bend the whole time. So I reconnected with her, and in doing that, it gave me closure. It's not so much that I wanted another family, but just knowing where I came from and knowing, you know, and explaining why things happen like that. You know, I've been blessed to help a whole lot of other people find their people and reunite their people with that. I help a lot of people, you know, on drugs and alcohol. You know, I minister to them and I tell them my story. I'm a boots on ground chaplain because I've done a lot. I've had a whole lot of experiences, and it's not too much that I haven't experienced that I can't say, hey, I did that too. You ain't did nothing I ain't did. You know what I'm saying? So I witness to them, and I just, you know, let everybody know that there's hope for everybody. Even the person that you think will never change, that'll never be about nothing. There's always hope. Never give up hope. Just keep the faith. You know, God is just good. God has just blessed me, and the God gets all the glory here. I just do what I do. I don't boast. I'm just me, and I don't broadcast. It's just God puts things in my way, and I'm just there to listen, you know, and I'm ready to accept whatever He asks me to do. You know, I pray my thing is the Lord's Prayer. Give us this day my daily bread. That's all I want. I got one day, my daily bread, and I don't worry about tomorrow. I don't worry about yesterday. Just my daily bread, and one day at a time. That's it.
That's beautiful, because you know what? Everybody on this earth has a story. Everybody has been through something. And I've always been told that confession is good for the soul. And we don't always have to open up and pour out our story. And we don't always have to tell what we've been through. But there are certain times when the Spirit will just lead us to a place that we will share. Now, when I ask you to share your ministry, that is not what I was talking about. But you know what? I am blessed that you blessed us with that information, because there is somebody out there that needed to hear that. There's somebody out there that is feeling like they're going through something and they don't think that anybody understands, or that there is no hope for them, or that they are damaged goods and that they may not be able to come back from whatever they have been through. But guess what? Whatever you've been through, God can bring you out of it. There's always hope and there's always another chance. And I don't believe that there is anybody that is past the point of no return. And I don't know your story. All I know is your right now. All I know is how you blessed me and how you blessed others with the good that you're doing. And to me, that's all that matters. I don't care about your past. All I see is your right now. Whatever happens in your future, I don't know, because you can't predict that. I don't even know what's going to happen in my future. I don't know what's going to happen from the time I get off this podcast. Who knows? But all we know is right now. And I'm blessed to know that God gives us second chances. He gives us opportunities to always get it right. And so whenever we wake up, we thank God that you gave us this day, like you said, our daily bread. You know, and my thing is, thank you, Lord. This is the day that you have made. Let us rejoice. And, you know, I used to get that scripture backwards. I did. And it forever, because I tried to practice scriptures. And then I'm like, okay, I got to get this right. And it dawned on me one day, how does this scripture go? Because God, he does things in a way that we cannot understand. And so I used to be like, today is the day that you have made. I will be glad. Well, no, it's not up to you to be glad. Today is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice because he made this day.
Exactly.
So because he made it, I will rejoice and I will be glad because of that. But see, if I wake up determining that I'm going to be glad, then now I got to find something to be glad about, you know? And just the whole fact that I want to hit that alarm again,
okay,
I'm already not happy with it, you know? So the fact that you say, this is, you know, give me this day, my daily bread. Lord, I'm not worried about what you're gonna give me tomorrow. I just need to make it through today.
That's right.
And that's what you give us. You give us this day. And like I said, when you go on Facebook, because sometimes Facebook can be depressing. And I quit Facebook every other day. But then I'll be like, no, people be coming telling me how this podcast is making them happy and how they like these words that I'm telling them. And I'm like, well, I can't tell because you ain't saying nothing. People don't have to say anything. They don't ever have to reply. They don't have to like. They don't have to share. They don't have to do anything. But what they have to do is be able to hear what you got to say and get something out of it. That's all that matters. And so when people are scrolling and they see something that you put out there and it puts a smile on their face, you may never see that smile, but you don't know the life that you've changed. You don't know the life that you saved. And that makes all the difference in the world, because when you take yourself out of it, and you realize it's not about you, God is getting all the glory.
Exactly.
He's going to reward you in a whole different way. And I can see that. I can see the Jesus joy inside of you. I can see the glow inside of you. And it's just a beautiful thing. And so I'm blessed that you said yes to come on my show. Anybody that says yes to come on here and give me time, I just be like, yay, they said yes, you know. So that's a blessing that we can share and encourage and uplift one another. So continue to do what you do. Continue to share your story. Continue to reconnect and unite families, because and the reason why you can do it so well is because you know what it feels like and what it looks like. And so when someone is explaining that to you, you can connect to them on that spiritual level. Everybody doesn't get that.
Right.
And so that's your spiritual wheelhouse. That's your gift. So God bless you in that. Is there anything else before we jump off of here that you would like to share, or any advice or any words of wisdom you would like to share with anybody out there tonight?
No, I'm just touched. I'm just, this is too much.
Well, God bless you.
I'm good.
All right. Well, don't go anywhere. Hang on until I close down live. But everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you were able to watch this live tonight. I hope you can see the beauty in this spiritual woman that we were able to talk to tonight. I hope you've been able to be blessed with the memories that she shares with us every day, how hard she goes to be able to find these pictures and to be able to show these memories and to be able to encourage and uplift others, to reunite families. We've learned something about her tonight that we didn't even know, that she is about reconnecting and reuniting families. And see, that's what the Lord does. He wants to reconcile us back to him. And she is doing a piece of that by reconciling families back together. So let's take a page out of her book and let's unite one another through Christ. So thank you for joining in tonight. Thank you for visiting that page and being a fan and encouraging and uplifting. And the next time you go on her page, leave her a word of encouragement. Tell her thank you for what she's doing, because she doesn't have to do it, because she totally does this off of her own time. And the next time you want to get offended, just delete yourself. You don't have to be there, because she does this out the goodness of her heart. And so if you don't like it, it's okay. Other people love it and we want it. We continue to want to see that stuff. So leave her alone. Thank you. Other than that, join us back tomorrow. I think tomorrow's Wednesday, and I'll be doing my mindful journey. So join me back tomorrow at 5:30. And on Thursday night, Frank and I will be back at it again, talking about how you cannot defeat giants by yourself. Other than that, have a good, peaceful night. And remember, you were created with a purpose. God bless.